Things have been very difficult for me the last 10 years or so. Starting pretty much with achieving my dream, and it turned out to be a nightmare. So it's the first day of November 2023 now. At the end of January 2017, my children were taken from me in a very manipulative manner. Lied, using grandparents' money. Suddenly they're going to a different private school. Suddenly they're not in my life. And it's all lies and manipulation and use of money and gentlemanly kind of thing, and lady, what we say, what we don't say, when we speak, when we don't speak, how we speak, how we don't speak, and what we lie and what we don't lie. So anyway, there was a lot there of me really losing a big part of why I was doing everything I was doing. And that's why I have a double-decker bus as my house, so that my children can't ever be kicked out of it. That's the reason why I have a 2-bedroom apartment on wheels. And it's supposed to be a music stage, a music recording studio, mixing studio, acupuncture clinic, massage clinic, and all kinds of other little event venues on wheels that I did used to do little things all the time, and then could go and do these big things. And then it was also a home. So then there's a few things happen that make that the nightmare, but then there's still a stable home and safe, and the kids are in good school, going to Montessori and all of this. Anyway, they're taken away, left me with this massive vacuum and void, and I had to work out what was going on, what drove me, what did I have before I had children. So I had Qigong, martial arts, consciousness, science and inventions. And I had this weird, askew creativity kind of thing that I always did. So there was a bit of music, a bit of humour. There was this other performance thing. There was always some kind of performance art, but it was never describable to anyone. It never fit well enough to do with anyone else. It was just this thing that I did. And so I came back to that, and humour was one thing that I really got into, and comedy. And I think that I can see that I did a lot of damage to my professional and personal relationships by having social media, one particular thing, that one that everyone's on, that one, the one that then censors people and doesn't let people express themselves anymore. Used to, but then doesn't anymore. That one. Whereas, because everyone just seemed to get on there with this hive mind, you see, and so just to I was always talking about things that people don't want to talk about, and I thought that's what it was, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually me getting into humour, and I did create some really funny stuff. But then I did create some other stuff that was probably a little bit inappropriate. But the only way it was inappropriate was because I was talking about stuff that no one wants to talk about, and it still there exists in society. And so the jokes weren't inappropriate, but just the fact that was coming up in something that was light-hearted, like comedy or humour, was a bit too much for people. It was a bit too morose. It was a little bit too askew. And that did a lot of damage, and I felt that I didn't really have any place. So I spent a lot of time. Things really fell apart financially as well, for a number of different reasons. And I'm just primed, ready to go for work, but it just never came. So it's left me into this whole other internal process that has been harrowing, until I come out the other side and find that I do have a lot of power and skill that I'm holding in potential. And it's this training that is allowing it to all come out.